Hello and welcome to another Wraggys Taproom. Tonight's the Battle of Smooth Ales. We've got John Smith. We've got Tetley's. And we've got, oops, I knocked it over, Caffrey's. Whoa, it is warm. And first things first, I'm having a pint of Guinness because one, I can, two, I am, and these jobs are good. Yeah, what a warm day. Good evening, mate. What a belter of a day. Pretty glass of Guinness. Just to get things going. Good evening. Cracking weather. I know you shouldn't moan, but it's really been hot today. Good evening. So, just going to neck one, as you do. And then I've actually got a Guinness glass as well for a change. And then do a battle of the smooth ales. I was going to get some some Boddington, but I wasn't paying £3.70 for 4 cans when I only want one. Bloody hell, that is the spot. Oh, just goes down well on a very warm night. So yeah, doing a battle of the smooth ales. Go John Smith's. Tetley's tea bags. In Caffrey's. See which one's the best. Be an interesting battle actually, because they're all pretty very similar. And but you know how these battles go. It's not always the one you think is going to win it. Oh, just been to the pub, had 2 pints and a nice meal, but it was bacon, sitting in the sun, absolutely roasting. And then you had some dickhead smoking, and I hate people smoking near you. It should be smoke-free areas. If you've got to sit outside, then you know they should make the smokers go and smoke somewhere else. Basically, I think, especially when you're drinking, you don't want it. Fair dues if you're all smoking together, but let them, make a smoking area and a non-smoking area. Oh, what a warm day! Wow. Started working at 7 o'clock mowing, and I was mowing till 1:30, and then I had to just give the mowing up. Couldn't take it any longer. The heat wiped my energy levels out. Yeah. Good evening, Thomas. It's like, oh, you've sorted your beer situation out. It's funny, we go from freezing cold last week, where I'm wearing a jacket, a hat, t-shirt, shirt, and a jacket, obviously. So this week, you're in one layer of shirt and you're boiling. And the British weather, you can't hold it, can you? I mean, I do hope it lasts, but it's drying everything out so quickly. We're going to need more rain now, sad to say. I'm looking forward to getting some theme parks in. Getting down the old Alton Towers. Not so bothered about a Drayton Manor this year. I know the Rapids are going to reopen soon, so that's a good thing. But they really need another roller coaster there, even a family roller coaster, because it's a very lacking theme park at the moment. Then again, we also want to go to Flamingo Land and see the new 10 inversion coaster if it's open yet. One would think it would be open. It was supposed to open last year, unless they cancelled everything. Big Dipper. Was you at Blackpool today? And good evening. Good evening again. Big Dipper. Do you mean the big one at Blackpool? Was it on BBC News? Ooh. I've just been to the pub and welcome. I've just been to the pub and I've just been to a Marston's pub. Big Dipper. Right, I think I know which one you mean. Yeah, just been to a Marston's pub, and the only real ale that they had on was Shipyard IPA. That was it. I'm actually coming up to 500,000 views, to be fair. But yeah, we're a chilled out channel. I suppose I'm not as controversial as some of the other people out there. Yeah, just shit. I mean, usually they have. The woman said, we said to the woman, says that you usually have pedigree because it's a Marston's pub, so you expect pedigree, you expect hobgoblin, things like that. Good evening, matey. And yeah, shipyard IPA. To be fair, another scorcher. I'm sat down tomorrow. I'm mowing with a seat on the seat. See, we don't get Samuel Smith's pubs in Nottingham. I'd love Samuel Smith's in Nottingham. So yeah, sat down all day tomorrow. I'm not pushing the mower around, so I can have a chill day sat on the mower. And as long as I cover the vent up at the back that flings out all the dust, all's good. Might have to get some tape in there, tape over the old. That's the point. I must remember to do that tonight. I broke the old at the back of the ride-on mower, so all the mowings come flying up and the dust, and it's not nice. And you met the cellar lady. Yeah, bless you. Colours very hit and miss. I'll tell you what, no wonder the tap room. Good evening, mate. No wonder the tap rooms are making good business because they sell a wide range of beers. Generally, it's all good people. You don't really get many, fighters in there and all that. King Goblin. Yeah, King Goblin's brilliant. It is. I remember when it came out into Sainsbury's when I worked there, and I was so impressed with King Goblin. 6.6%, if memory serves me correctly. Classed as an Imperial Ruby Ale. Yeah, at 6.6%, which is quite a low ABV Imperial. Good evening. So I'm just necking a Guinness at the moment. And it's going down a treat about what? And I got it for free from work. Even better. It's out of date, but do I care? I do not care. Homebrewing's exploded. Absolutely exploded since lockdown, since COVID began. Some sours hit, some sours do hit that spot, especially if you're a fan of a certain type of fruit. Like with me, I like rhubarb, so a rhubarb sour certainly hits the spot. Whereas some I drink and I'm like that gooseberry one I had the other night was disgusting and I didn't like it at all. Good taste of gooseberry, but didn't like the actual, the I can't think of the word now, the flavour, the gooseberry. Ugh, not my cup of tea. Right. I'll just neck this and then start the tasting and discover which is the best of these three smooth ales. This is good necking, whether this is. You could go to a pub and you could sink 7 or 8 pints dead easy. Very, very easy. The Magnum cider is strong. Yeah, it is. Good evening, mate. Yes, very well, thank you. Warm, very warm. Yes, it's been a warm one. Yeah. Good evening. I've never had King Goblin on cat. Funnily enough, I've had broadside on cat. That was lovely. I'm not sure what the ABV was, to be fair, but whether it was different. I've had Landlord on cask as well. Landlord on cask is a really nice pint. It's okay in a bottle, but on cask it's better. Funny how certain beers are so much better on cask, and some aren't. You know. So the shed's not been opened all day, so I've just come in now to open the shed and it's roasting in here. The homebrew's going great. Landlord dog. Good evening, Adam. How are you? You're on taxi duty. Oh, is the wife? Is the good lady out on at the pub then? So you've got to go and pick her up. Yeah, it's no good, is it? It's not nice being the taxi. Yeah, I had 16 years of it. Yeah, every time we went out, I had one drink, and the wife don't really drink much, and it's like, ugh. Old Jock on cask. One of these days I'll get hold of it. The Vimto's still bubble. It's just bubbled then. Bearing in mind, I reckon it went. You know when it went cold in the beer room, it just went stagnant, and now it's picked up. But come Thursday, whatever happens, it's all getting. Three of these are getting bottled up on Thursday, or as many as I can do in one night. Because obviously, you know, I don't want to be all night bottling bloody wine and beers. But certainly the mild, and certainly the Vimto Thursday, and maybe Friday for the ginger barley wine. Old Jock is an amazing pint. Yeah, very nice. So live bottling, that'd be boring as hell. I shall do a review afterwards though. Don't sell it anymore. Good evening, Jackman. How are you? Well, you can't fault him, can you? We've all got our favourite beer, haven't you? 3 bottles of Prosecco and gin. Oh, you're going to get. So I've just necked a Guinness, to be fair. So that's not what I'm doing. Oh, yes, very, very professional. Yes, yes. And I've got my summary clothes on for change. Live bottling. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever Forest play. So tonight, 20 litres of woman raisin stout it sounds absolutely lovely. I must hear you tasting those. So tonight, Battle of the Smooth Ales, we've got John Smith's Ale. We've got Tetley's. And we've also got Caffrey's. Um, for me, all very similar ales. John Smith's is 3.6%, so not overly strong. Tetley's is actually the same at 3.6. And Caffrey's is 3.8. So Caffrey's is actually stronger. Okay. Let's crack one open, fill it halfway, and see how we go. Yeah, B&M Bargains is a good place to get Old Tom, funnily enough. The John Smith's rip-off, not sure. I don't really go in Aldi that much, to be honest. So you reckon Caffrey's is going to win? I'd be interested. I'm going to pour half, see where we go, have a drink, reminisce. I mean, there's not a lot with them, to be fair. But, and then we'll do the tasting challenge, and it's always interesting. This is the interesting part is for me is what wins. The bug of that, isn't it? Because I am going to do that when I get to 1800, which whatever that is. I've seemed to have stagnated, and whenever I get to 1800, be it Christmas next year or whenever, I will do the old time challenge. Um, so on this, amber looking for centimetre of head, obviously at the start, always on your co-op. We seem to be lucky in Nottingham because we get it from quite a few places. Oh, B&M is one of them. But it was in Tesco's on the 4 for 6. I hope it still is. I'll get a banging headache with Caffrey's. Yeah, I'm used to banging headaches. Get one most morning. And good evening to anybody else that I missed while I was pouring this. So yeah, John Smith's on cask in a pub. You don't like it then? Not much on the nose, to be fair. Yeah. It's going to be a very interesting battle. It's going to be a battle of the old-fashioned smooth ales rather than a battle of craft beers. Good thing as well, these are quite cheap compared to craft beers. I will do an Old Tom versus Broadside versus King Goblin one of these days. I'll just for pure laughs. Or maybe something that we haven't done before. I'll have to have a look back at all these beer chats and that and put one against the other. Well, she's piston brew tonight. A cask takeaway. Yeah. I mean, I've just been to the pub. One beer, one flipping beer. Rubbish. They had Guinness, but obviously Guinness is in every single pub. But the Shipyard IPA was the only one. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Caffrey's for you. Well, that'd be interesting. I'm going to drink this, chat, and then have half of each, see how I feel. Not really take too much notice as I'm drinking, more to the chat. And then going forward, we'll do the actual one versus one. I mean, we've all got beers that we actually like. You know, whether they're fantastic beers or not these days, there are beers that you like that tick your box. It's not always about the best beer. And to be honest, there's beers that you like to drink. Smooth ales aren't lasting well against the rest of the population. That is true. Oh, yeah. What a day. Temperature wise. Wow. After last week, not a day to be pushing a bloody mower around. Worthington Smooth. I forgot about Worthington Smooth. Yeah, you see, we used to all have all these Boddingtons. I was going to pick the Boddingtons up tonight, but I won't pay £4 for 4 cans. I thought, no, I'm not doing it. Supposed to be staying nice till Thursday, and then we're going to get some unsettled weather, but still warm, but the odd shower. You don't mind a shower as long as it's not half an hour long. You get absolutely soaked. Yeah, it depends on which part of the country you're in with thunderstorms. Yeah. Bex is 4% and brewed outside Germany. Good evening, Craig. Your first review in London for 2 years. Cheers, mate. At the pub or outside? Yeah, it don't last long. But it freshens the soil up for the plants. So a bit of rain is good. But you need the warmth as well. We need that combination of overnight rain and sun during the day. That's the perfect combination. Everyone's happy because when you're asleep, you don't care monkeys about the rain, but you get the sun, which warms everything up, gets the plants growing. You go to German law. I did like Beck's myself years ago. Beck's Blue, to be fair, is one of the best. On the balcony where you staying, eh? So it's easy going. Is Bex part of InBev now? I hate when they play about with things. When they change stuff. I mean, Newcastle Brown Ale is nothing compared to it was 20 years ago. And it's sad, isn't it, that so many good brands get bought out by bigger firms and then diluted. It's warm in this tap room tonight. No one's been in all day. And I've only just walked in and it's absolutely chuffing roasting. Perfect draft machine with Bex Golden Germany. Ooh. Is it warm in London then? It's warm in Nottingham. It's like 25 degrees up here. So, I had the John Smiths. Gotta say, yeah, I wasn't overly enamoured by the John Smiths. Not going to give any tasting notes at the moment, but yeah, the Guinness was nicer, for sure. Sometimes, and sometimes I cool it down. Yeah, but sometimes, it's a case. It's not so bad when the door's been left open and it's cool air blowing in. It keeps it nice and cool. But well, yeah, when it's left shut all day, Jesus Christ, especially in this weather, it can get a bit warm. And then sometimes I'll take some at the house. If I'm going to review it, I'll ale. There you go. Yeah, take some up the house, and the ones that I want. No, I need to find mine. No, I don't think it will. I might have to introduce Guinness into the beer battle. They've never done before. Although last year was the first year I actually had a beer walk, so this would be interesting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Tetley's now very similar in a lot of ways to what we've just seen with John Smith's. Same ABV, same amber looking pour with the head clearing slowly, as all these smooth ales seem to do. Bit more of a head on this one though. McEwen's champion. Or I am 20 years too young. Bless you. Far too young. But it's a cheap beer. It's something to talk about. Otherwise, no, that's fucking stress for you. That's what stress does. Well, in a minute, after I've had a bit, I'm gonna have half of each, and then I'm gonna do some taste testing between them. This will be interesting to see where they are these days. Um, it's a shame I couldn't get Boddingtons to go with them. Well, I have had three before I even started doing these three, so yeah, went down well. But on a warm day, why would you not have a good drink? This is what it's all about, isn't it? The lady plasterer, bless you. Eh? Did you get much work done watching it? So yeah, very similar in looks to what the John Smith. We'll have a go with the taste. The nose seems a little better, only a little bit. I think I might have to bring a Guinness to the party. Yeah, let's put a Guinness against these smooth jobbies. Good evening, all. Herdenbacher. I don't like the red John Smith. It's not nice as well. Not nice, sorry. not far away in taste from what the John Smith's is. And Murphy's to the mix. Now, I don't want to go too far. I've got to walk up the house at about 8:30, not too pissed up. Although this is necking weather. It's that sort of weather where you could just neck one after the other. So different in taste of the John Smiths, I will say that. Why's your ears are ringing? It is this summer. I tell you what, in the summer months, I mean, when I'm at work and I'm drinking water or dilute, I'm drinking 1 pint after the other. It's good for your body, really, because it flushes out something amazing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah. I just cracked on myself about the bell. I wish I was a good plasterer. My dad was a good plasterer when he was alive, to be fair. I mean, for me, these smooth beers, they're for a certain population. The older population, the 60-year-olds and above population. Um, but there's a place for all beers, and you know, I could do KFC as well. I'm starving. I've just had a dinner as well. I've just had a nice gammon steak. Well, yes, thank you. Been to the pub tonight, so put me one of my decent t-shirts on. Ralph Lauren t-shirt. There's a little. Where is it? That side. Little Ralph Lauren t-shirt. Green King have got 3 IPAs. Yeah, they've got an IPA Reserve, and an IPA Gold. Yeah, very traditional though. They're not crap. So the IPA Reserve is the best of the three. To be fair, in my opinion, yeah, it's actually not bad. Green King's IPA Nitro. I've not seen that one before. No. Rolf Harris, yes, Rolf Harris t-shirt. Yeah, I got it for something daft like €30 in America, $30 even. Wow. I got it for $30 in America. I don't think they've done a craft IPA. No. Anyway, that was interesting. Joseph Holt polo shirt. Ooh, that's one thing I'm gonna get more beer merch. Right. So on with the Caffreys. I do think I need to put Guinness in the mix, so I'm going to crack open a Guinness as well to go with the mix. Although Guinness isn't officially a smooth ale, but it is smooth in what it is. So there we go. And again, Neon Raptor. I know it's a Nottingham company, um, Nottingham based at least in the Stanton market. I've had some of their beers, and I wasn't overly impressed. I wasn't overly impressed with the beers that I had. I know there's a hype big with their beers. No, I don't think any of these beers were as good as what it was years ago. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Caffrey's, I've only had it once before I bought the 4-pack. I had it to the pub years ago on draft. Again, an amber looking pour with a white head. Very similar to your John Smith's and your Tetley's. Slightly stronger at 3.8%. I must admit that quack I had last night was absolutely lovely. If I had a broadside, I'd be drinking a broadside. I need to do a supermarket shop, some re-reviews. Sod it if I've reviewed it. Sod it if I've reviewed it 5 times already. But it's a channel thing, isn't it? Do 2 or 3 nights of reviews. You reckon? A whiskey topic. Only I had whiskey. Yeah. I have no spirits. I'm spiritless in Seattle. Yeah. It's a cracker. 6.8, I think. The Stone Dragger. Yeah. An old Tom Top. Well, that was something, wasn't it? Might have to start doing beer mixing. That somebody said the other day, mix banana bread and Young's double chocolate stout. What about mixing Old Tom with a Guinness or something like along them lines? There's a barrel aged broadside. Yeah, Joe. Adnams have made a barrel aged broadside. I've got to have some of that. Got to. 12%. Oh, Young's chocolate stout was in Morrison's last time I remember. Old Tom with 6X. Brilliant. Right. That's interesting. No, it has gone downhill a lot. Yeah. A triple quack in Germany, in Belgium. Last night's quack was amazing. The banana and caramel flavors were absolutely awesome. It truly was a top class beer. Was it a joke? There's not a triple quack. Well, Adnam's website a few days ago. Ooh, I'd have a look now, but I've got no computer. A barrel aged broadside. Jesus, now that is something worth reviewing. So, a little bit of a look into this, if it smells any different. I've got to say, at the moment, the Tetleys have the most interesting nose, but we will start doing that in a minute. On the taste side of things, I was looking at Belgian beers. So I've got 3 homebrew beers on the go. Good evening, Matt. And 1 Vimto wine that's been on the go for months, it seems. This week, Thursday. Good evening. Thursday this week, I'm going to start bottling up the mild and the Vimto. Maybe Saturday, bottle up the Imperial Ginger barley wine, and we'll see because of the warm weather, it don't take long to brew. So the cream stout should be ready by the weekend. Whoa, got to say, I feel half tanked on these, even though they are 3.8. Although, to be fair, this would be number 4, 5, 6, and 7 of the night. So I'm going to get a Guinness and throw a Guinness into the mix. Why? Because I can. And why? Because I've got a load of them. We'll throw Murphy's in because it's easiest. It's easiest to get hold of. So, and I just drank a Guinness as well. So Murphy's as well. It's smooth, but it's actually a stout, isn't it? So let's chuck it in. See if it's any more interesting than these three. Well, Murphy's win against Caffrey's because Caffrey's, from what everyone's saying, is the most interesting. So here we go. If anything, I'm getting drunk. Okay. There you go. And fuck off to you as well, old man. And there you go. Bye bye. Yes, yes. Even I can get rid of people. Yeah, there's a troll. He got fucked off. And yeah, go and fuck off to somebody else's land. You always get one, don't you? Yeah. There's always somebody who wants, let's be fair. I've run a website for nearly 20 years and a good wine for a beginner. What, from a kit, or would you say a juice wine? No one's supposed to watch anybody as well. So if that person's still watching in the background, uh, let me just tell you that no one's supposed to watch anybody on YouTube. You watch what channels you like. If you don't like a channel, you go off and you try not to be a rude person doing it. If you are a rude person, then go somewhere else where little kids can talk shit. Bye. Anyway, yes, for wine kits, Magnum Pinot Grigio is a fantastic wine kit. It's only 20 quid. It's 4 bags of sugar to go with it. Thank you. And interesting. Going to be one of them nights, I see. Two of them. Two of them in one night. Wow. Interesting. I did actually tag them in. Not actually tag me back, to be fair. Good evening, Liam. How are you? So, bit of Murphy's. What Murphy's brings to the what we did dead last night. Do you know I've not watched any films in ages? I really need the cinemas to open up properly. I'm looking so forward to watching MCU films again. Really, really want to watch. I can't remember her name now. It's so bad, isn't it? When you watch all the MCU films. Oh God, I can't remember the name. Black Widow. Yeah, Black Widow. And I can't wait to watch the yeah, smooth. Smooth. Can't wait to watch the I did watch the Champions League and it was boring. Yeah, Chelsea won, but it wasn't that great. It must be one of those nights where we get certain people in, which is sad. But there you go. And, did you? New Saw film. My wife wants to go and watch the new Conjuring film, horror film. And I years ago horror films never used to bother me, but these days, I don't know if it's nothing or what, but horror films really. You can't see your feet for your belly. Bless you. Yeah, Conjuring. The wife wants to watch that. And good evening, Mr. Bowman. No, you was in the room. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching Black Widow. I still haven't watched properly the Zack Snyder Justice League. And you know, some films you want to watch at a cinema to get the best, experience of watching it on a big screen. StreamYard is a way for me, to I can bring other people on to do collabs with. I can schedule a video in, and that sort of thing. I generally just use YouTube. But you know, if you were starting up a channel, from scratch, you could use StreamYard to bypass YouTube's 1,000 notification. Because if you use a streaming service to stream, you can bypass this. You've got to have 1,000 subscribers. You don't need that with StreamYard, as far as I know. As far as I know. James Bond should be coming out soon as well, shouldn't it? It should be out soon. So let me get this out of the way. So we'll pour these out and do a tasting. Well, first an aroma battle. So there's one. So you log into StreamYard. It's quite easy, to be fair. You log in, you give it access to your channel. Basically, you log in on StreamYard via YouTube or something. Craig will know because I've had a drink. It's terrible. You forget. But it's a great way to schedule beer reviews and that. Because on your phone, you can't schedule it. 70 quid for a football top for the Euros. I've not done a Young's American Amber Ale, no. So this is not an official smooth ale. It's just the fact that I added it to it. So John Smith's on the nose. There's a hint of malt in the background. Tetley's on the nose. There's a sweetness in the background there. Caffrey's. Right, on the nose. Caffrey's. Yeah. Caffrey's all day long on the nose. Out of the three smooth ales, there we go. Out of the three smooth ales, Caffrey's is by far the winner. Yeah. Quite malty, quite intriguing on the nose. I am going to start doing that. Yeah, mate. I'm going to do when I get to a stage when I've been to the shop and bought a load of cheap 4 for £6 jobbies. I'm just going to buy a load of the cheap jobs that are nice, that we can all. Right. I have to ask you about that, mate. Yeah, and I'm going to do a load of the 4 for £6 jobbies. Buy £12 worth, and that'll last for 3 nights. Tell people what I've bought so that they can join along. These are just basically beers I've got, just to get through. As for the guest list, Liam, I'm glad you got your guest list. I got an email back from the Pinter today, Pinter, whoever they are. Thank you for your email. Yes, you've got the free double space offer, and you've been because of when you ordered the subscription pint. The subscription kit will come after the 27th of the month. And I think that's not what I asked. What I asked was, in that email you sent me, there was a free kit, the Space Opera, and a free subscription of the month. And so I've sent that back to them saying, there's no confusion on my part. I know what was on the order. You're the one who confused. So we'll see where it goes from there. They should do a 20 pinter. They probably will at some stage, you know. But what you've got to think of with any homebrew beers, how much can you drink within a certain time period? There's a time period with all beers. Yes, the 10 pints is a pinter. Yeah. So on the nose, Caffrey's was the winner. We'll go for the taste now. God, there's loads of tap. Right. On the taste, I actually thought the John Smiths and the Tetley tasted very similar. You've decided against the pinter. Yeah, at the moment, I'm not happy with. So, with the pinter, I got that email back saying that a free kit, whatever you call it, press A, and the monthly subscription. And then obviously the monthly subscription came, but the kit, the kit came, but not the monthly subscription. Then I got a new email saying, "Oh, you've got a free kit and then a monthly subscription." I'm thinking, what's going on here? And I'm like, I can't understand what you're playing at. So it'll be interesting when this delivery comes. Do I actually get another free Space Opera kit and the monthly subscription, which I've paid for? If that's so, then I've got 2 kits for free. Yeah, I'm happy with that. But it's just naughty that they sent an email where I got 2 lots of stuff for free. I know it was probably a bollock, they dropped a bollock on their part, but you know, no, not you. You booked the week off for the Euros. That was good. You've only had like one dry in the last 10. Bless you. I've had one dry in the last 500, I think. No, 300. So anyway, on the taste. It's amazing how it's gone quiet all of a sudden, isn't it? You block one troll, and then all of a sudden another troll comes straight away. Very interesting. Gotta say, Tetley's is beating John Smith's on the taste test. You had a dry night, usually pissed the bed. I have nothing to say about that. Nothing. Oh, bloody hell. Got to say, this tasting is no, I don't. Why would you even bother coming on the channel saying and start throwing insults out? If you don't like the person on the channel, then don't join the channel. Some are. Right, another taste test because I'm not getting the last taste test. Oh dear. Bloody hell. Drinking 4 different beers in one, not good. I've got to say, John Smith's is tasting a little bland. The Tetleys, there's slightly more in the Tetleys. Let's be fair, there's not a lot in there. I don't really know anybody who's a beer tuber who trolls accounts. That's something that's you know. I mean, you don't want to start wars with people, you know. Right, I've got to say, on the taste test, let me wipe out one of them. I'm gonna feel pissed with it. Never mix beers because mixing beers gets you drunk. Even 3.6% beers can get you drunk. Jesus Christ, steaming. I've drank 3 imperial stouts and not been this steaming. But then I didn't mix them all together at exactly the same time. In third place on the taste test, John Smith's. Definitely in third place. Um, it was rather bland against the other two beers. Got to say. Um, wow, I'm so feeling drunk. It's beautiful evening here. Well, wow. So 1 and 2, Tetley's versus Catherine's. Then I'm going to chill out and just prune juice just to round the night off. You never know. You never know. Although to be fair, if I'm doing prune juice, just chill out. There's definitely more flavour in the Tetley's than there is the John Smith's. More maltiness, bitterness. Right, Catherine's. Second place then. Good morning. Oh, good evening. Good morning, Sam. How are you, matey? Are we? Is it just before work over there? Because it is 8 o'clock, 5 to 8 here. So it's fucking well, mate. I'm steaming on shit cheap beers. What the hell's going on? These are cheap. These are weak, and because you're mixing them, steaming. What? But I can still read the comments. So if I sound drunk, yay, I may sound drunk. Yes, I can still read the comments, and yes, I can still block and delete. To those people that want to start issues, obviously. Then again, there's about 20 moderators in the house, so um, you know, and there's no need for it. And you know, let's be fair. If you don't like a channel, you go to another channel. There's no need for it. Tell you what's going to be interesting later. So yeah, the winner of the Smooth Ale Challenge. Would you believe Tetley's beats John Smith's and Catherine's in the Smooth Ale Challenge? Just about to start work. Oh, fair play, mate. It's a killer. If you don't mind me asking, what do you do at 5 o'clock in the morning? Or you're not allowed to say? If you're not allowed to say, don't worry. You know. I mean, yeah, the Murphy's is open. Yeah. And halfway down. That's a good one. But they are the smooth ales. The Murphy's is more of a stout. Murphy's has got more of a taste anyway. So here we go. We'll do the Murphy's versus Tetley's. Just a bit pedantic. First day back at work after 10 off. Wasn't the best. Oh, sorry to hear about that, mate. Yeah, sometimes with work, it's what you walk into, isn't it? It's like, shit. You've had a few weeks off. You walk back in. What's changed? What new rules have come out? And yeah, I used to hate it. What I would always do on the Sunday before the Monday, I would always message my best mates and say, do I need to know anything before I walk in tomorrow? And 9 times out of 10, yes, because someone's done something and then there's been a change of the rules. And for the last 8 months, I've been in the workplace where I'm the only worker. So I've not seen many people. But moving forward, I do assume that there's going to be days where I walk in and there's going to be a new rule, in place. So we'll see where we go with that one. So Tetley's versus Murphy's. Tetley's is a smooth ale, as it says on the front of the can, for those everyone in the background. So yeah, it's a smooth ale, very similar to the likes of John Smith's and Caffrey's, but yes, better than John Smith's and Caffrey's. Yeah. Let's be fair. Murphy's is a stout, so it's got more taste in any case than the likes of the three I've mentioned. Me too, Craig. You'd walk back into Murphy's beat Guinness. I can't remember. I don't think so, to be fair. I think it was Murphy's versus Guinness versus Siren Craft, and the Craft beer slaughtered them. Yeah, it slaughtered them. Tetley's need to review that. Bless you. I mean, let's be fair. Something like Murphy's, which is old-fashioned to today's drinkers, but you would call it a smooth stout in some ways. Yeah, I agree, Samuel. Today I went into a pub, Marston's pub. No beers apart from Shipyard IPA. I drank the Shipyard IPA. To be fair, it was pretty decent. God, I sound drunk. Jesus Christ, net my voice. Yeah, the Shipyard IPA was pretty decent, to be fair. But and then I had Guinness, and then it was like Carling and all that other rubbish. And I'm not drinking that shit. So yeah, is a question. I can highlight this. There we go. And to everyone in the background as well, watching. What is everyone's favourite go-to beer in a pub? This is going to create a lot of different Thatcher's Gold. You don't mind a lager. To be fair, Shipyard was quite nice, actually. To be fair tonight, I actually enjoyed Shipyard. And, I know it's a Marston's beer and people don't like Marston's, but it did taste pretty decent. Yeah, I was disappointed there wasn't more choice. but it was okay. Slurp is right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Safe. Yeah, and the other Tennant's and Strongbow. Yeah, Abbott. I mean, if I'm in a Green King pub, it's going to be Abbott all day long. Guinness mostly. If I can't get any real ales, you touch the standard lagers. Different. Doom Bar. Jesus Christ. And we also, I mean, we know that Carling, i.e., Molson Coors, do Doom Bar on contract. Proper job is good in a pub. I've never had a proper job in a pub. I would have loved to have a proper job in a pub. Yeah. Better than what I had tonight. That's for sure. Beamish. Taylor's Landlord. I did have Taylor's Landlord on cask before we went for a posh Italian meal a few months ago. And it was decent, to be fair. It hit the spot. When's the first English game to be? Just out of curiosity, I've took no notice of any football for a long time. Dizzy Blonde on draft. Oh, bless you. The rhubarb wine's 19%. Wow. And I won't say hello to that Nick person. Thank you. Yeah. Just remember, I can read and I do listen to the comments as well. Thank you. And so do other people. Cheers. And I suppose all this depends on what part of the UK you're in, because dependent on what part of the UK you're in, you have local breweries, you have national breweries like Green King, Marston's, etc. And it all depends where you are. I mean, for me, Guinness is my go-to beer if I'm not in a tap room or a craft bar. If I'm in a craft bar, whatever's on craft, I will drink. Whatever I've never. So June the 13th is the first England match. Well, that's good. Got a bit of time to wait then. Yeah, yeah. It's all dependent on the part of the country you're in, and that's a good thing, I suppose. So, just going to finish off the tech list. I was surprised that one, especially with everyone saying that the Cathars would win. Obviously, it's all down to opinions. Yeah, I mean, let's be fair. This is what pubs are about. It's all about the people you're with, because you usually drink less, you talk more, and company makes everything. You know, it, it makes it all so much more interesting. Steady rolling man on tap. Who's that from? So, just finishing off the last of the Caffreys. Oh my God, 8:05, steaming on low alcohol beers. And this is the thing, everyone, especially those in the background. The data. Um, sometimes it's not about what you drink, it's what you mix. Mixing low alcohol beer can get you very drunk as well as mixing the strong stuff. It's all about different beers that you've not tried. Jam Cat. Ah, that's interesting. obviously we won. You know, we was on the Emperor's Brewery when the lady walked by, and the Tetsutuki Kaoli, whatever it was. It was a nice beer though. And it's funny, sometimes you can drink, and I do find sometimes you can drink legendary amounts of beer, not get drunk. And then other times you can drink a lot less ABV, mix in those drinks and get steaming like I am tonight. Funny how that is. So, last of the Caffreys. Was quite surprised that Tetley's beat the Caffreys, but you're right, Mr. Jag. When you're drinking a beer that hits the spot, and I watched this across all beer reviewers, and I will put this on the screen. So let me just pick that. There you go. With all beer reviewers, not just me, but everybody. Everybody who loves beer, you'll get a certain beer that you absolutely love. You'll drink it and you're like, and you'll develop a smile, whether you know you're developing a smile or not. Yeah, somebody's singing. Anyway, yeah, forget that. But anyway, you'll be drinking something really nice, and you'll develop a smile, and you know that this is one of your favorites. You just know. Your smile gives it away. I watch some of the best reviewers out there, and the smile when they get a top class beer just gives it away. I don't know. It was I've got some Asian neighbours over there over the back, and I think somebody else they were singing something in a language I didn't know, but it was funny. Yeah, Tad, that was an amazing beer, mate. You know, it's not about what the professionals do. It's about what the amateurs do as well. If a beer's a great beer, it's a great beer. Doesn't matter who's made it. And you know, I've had so many run of the mill commercial beers. I mean, that brand there, yeah, the yellow one, Cloudwater. I reviewed their Tesco beers, and every one of them was boring. And yet I reviewed yours, and it was like, Jesus Christ. And I knew straight away it was a box ticker. This is the thing, amateurs can do good stuff as well. It's not just, yeah, we can all make great beer. Exactly, definitely. So, right, I'm on the Murphys now. Murphys, here, Paddy Murphy. And 33 people watching. Good evening, everyone in the background. Come and join the party. Um, One may look slightly abbreviated tonight. This is I'll count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beer tonight. 7. Wow. And I may need another. It's a bit too early in the night. And I've got some nice beers on the go as well. So our good friend Steve's Brewing Channel is doing Random Tuesday, whatever that is. I always thought that when you went on an aeroplane, whatever you drank, because of the altitude, was always 3 times the amount that you would normally drink on ground level. So if you drank a pint, it would be 3 pints worth. If you drank 2 pints, it would be 6 pints, if I remember rightly. You make piss heads too? Are we related? Let's be fair, Mr. Goathead. It's it's an occupational hazard, isn't it? If you're drinking beers, there are times when you're going to get pissed. You sleep 80% of a flight. God's sakes, I wish I could. With anxiety, I never sleep. So I'm sat there wide awake and I can't sleep. So I have a beer, but I'm conscious that yeah, Bowman. Every single beer you had would have gave you that 3 times experience. So if you had 6 beers, you would have been 18 beers in. Yeah, yeah, you would be fucking steaming. And James, not remembering the 6 hour flight. Sometimes that's a good thing, as long as you wasn't rowdy and kicking off. That was a good one. Emirates are all inclusive. Oh, bless you. And if you're not driving the other side, get in. There's a reason that you need to abuse these all inclusive. Oh, stuff being asleep. Yeah, stuff being asleep. Anyway, so 13 minutes past in. I might have to crack another Guinness open because this one's not lasting. Yeah, altitude makes you get very, very drunk. Um, on the way back from America, we had a friend who was the bar. She was a stewardess, rather. And because she knew us, she was giving us freebies. And on the way back, we were steaming. Steaming. And Murphy, Paddy Murphy's. Yeah, Murphy's, very nice. So, night flights. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If it's a long flight, yeah, yeah. Not a short flight, Jesus. No. If I'm flying from America, England to America, then yeah, we will sleep. Someone's singing again. Sounded Scottish that time. You found a fiver at the back of your seat. Win win. Oh, what a start to the honeymoon. Oh, bless you, mate. I was lucky. We were lucky on our plane because we were on. God, I can't remember what it was called. What the travel company was called. I'm thinking Love Brewing, but it wasn't Love Brewing. It was that's a fucking thingy firm, homebrew firm. Uh, no, I can't remember what it was called. But it was the the girl knew my wife, and we got so many freebies on the way back. And we came home with a load of miniatures as well. It was a cracking flight. Yeah. And I wasn't driving on the way back because we'd already booked a taxi. So, love wine. Yeah, it might have been. And no one loved wine. What's it called? I can't remember. Yeah, I can't. No, it wasn't Lump Holly. I know, going to Dubai, pissed off. You've done well. Yeah. Some posh buggers in the room, eh? Did you go to the theme parks in Dubai as well? And did you go to the tallest building in the world, the whatever it was called? That big tall building. And I ain't got a name. I ain't got a clue what it was called. Piston in charge of a suitcase. Yeah, that was a good one. Then again, he can hold his beers, can Bowman, you know. Eh? But, I mean, we drank drink for drink on last Wednesday, and he was looking pretty sober at the end of the night. Obviously, got hollow legs. It's a Carlisle thing. One, they get the beers from Scotland quicker than any other beer reviewer in the world, and they've got hollow legs. So, Mr. Goathead, was you unable to stand up for most of the journey? That's the question that most of us are asking. Was you unable to stand up? Could you not stand up for obvious reasons? And I won't go any further. Unlimited J.W. Lee's Golden Ales. I've been to Manchester a few times to go over to Orlando, and yeah, it's a nice airport. The private lounges. They're not that expensive, but they are worth it, especially if you get free beers. The only downside is if you're going on a flight to America and you're driving, then you're stuck because you can only drink 2 beers anyway. 8-hour journey, the beers go out your system, and pole vault into the bog. So, I think for the chat, yeah, but he got something in his leg, dirty bleeder. So, on with the Guinea. Oh, oh my God, I feel steaming. Steaming. Dear, dear. Bollocking off the wife coming. Who can I blame tonight? Um, it'll be, it'll either be Adam or Craig. Yeah, I wasn't able. I was driving as soon as we got off the plane, so I wasn't able to do any good drinking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, last beer of the night. I feel steaming, but the weather's been decent. It's been a great day, really. Let's be fair. And Adam's on taxi duty, which is never nice. We've all been there. We've all been on taxi duty at some stage in our lives. Never nice. I do feel for you, mate. One of these days, I'll get one of these Surga things and I'll bring it home to put this on a Surga and do what it's supposed to do. It sends the electrical current through it. You've been to Dallas, that's you. Did you meet Bobby Ewing? He's big over there. Yeah, just had a curry. Bless you. Oh, I had a gammon steak at the pub. It was nice. It was okay. Didn't like the waft of cigarette smoke coming towards me. You know, you do think to yourself, pack your fucking smoking in next to where people are eating. Yeah, definitely. You shot JR. and he really cares. He needed shooting. That was a good one. Oh well, missed that comment. You didn't see Debbie? Oh, bless you. She's worth seeing. I can't comment on that. I literally can't comment. So, half steaming, got to be honest. Welcome to everyone in the background. Tonight we've done the Battle of the Smooth Ales. Been an interesting battle between John Smiths. John Smith's Tetleys and Caffrey's. And the winner was Tetleys. Tetleys actually won. And it was quite amazing, you know. You get 3 of your favourite beers or 4 of your favourite beers. You know, it's an interesting thing to bring when you're having friends round to the house. You know, you get a can of each beer, or split your can between 3 people, and you do like battles of not only homebrews, or also battles of different beers that you've got from a supermarket. You know, the cheap beers, jobs are good. And doing these battles is a great way, in my opinion, of seeing what is the best beer, you know, in a friendly way, because you bought the beer, so you're going to battle anyway. And yeah, it was amazing that I thought that Tetley's being a weaker than the Caffrey's actually won. So there, in my opinion, at least. And this is the thing with all beers, it's all about your own opinion. I mean, tonight the Tetley's was amazing. I really enjoyed the Tetley's. And now I'm on a pint of Guinness. Hey, fair play. So this week, for people joining who watched this late on in the chat, um, um, I'm going to be bottling Disco. Good evening, matey. How are you? And exactly, sometimes it's the one that you're drinking. Yeah, I do appreciate that. And good evening. So yeah, this week I've got an Imperial pumpkin spice mild to review for the Homebrew channel. Adam, the Tetley's number 4 lager is actually really nice. It's like a hybrid beer lager combo. You will appreciate it. It is quite decent. The prune wine, yeah, it's let me change that comment. Yeah, the prune wine, it's very harsh at the beginning, and but overall, you know, you get used to it. You know, with a lot of beers, they're difficult, but you get used to it. I got used to it, and as long as I don't drink anything more than a litre, and yeah, as long as you don't drink more than a litre, and then your belly starts gurgling, then you're okay. Yeah. The last thing you want to do is do a review like me, and you're there, and the prune wine's having its way with your stomach. It's not a good thing, indeed. Goat, I have no idea what you're on about. I've missed that many comments. You're on the second cider now. Is it spanking it? Bless you. Yeah, never be truly worried, because you know most of the comments on you know, and this is the thing with most of these virtual pubs, and that's to everyone in the background, you know. Good evening, Steve. How are you? It's been very warm in this part of the country. Very, very warm. Depends how your bowels are, Adam. I will do a prune juice rebrew just for you and Greg. I just want to see you struggle. Good evening. A Young's A IPA, an American IPA. Oh, bless you. Sounds interesting. From a pub or on bottle? You don't see a lot of Young's American IPAs, to be fair. Good night. Good night, Max. See you later, mate. The Spice Girls and Joe Cocker. I'd rather hear the Spice Girls stories, to be fair. But then again, you never know. Homebrew, fair play. So, 1 hour 27 in, and bollocking off the wife coming, especially if you've seen how much I drank. She thinks I drink 2 beers. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beers down the shed tonight. No, I haven't drank 6 beers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 beers down the shed tonight. That's bad. That's really naughty. But yeah, with the homebrew, looking forward to a great on Thursday. Once the temperatures drop down a bit, and I do an I do an hydrometer check of all the beers, and if they've dropped, if they've developed enough, then I'm going to bottle each of the beers and the Vimto, and God, thank God, get that bloody Vimto out of the way, and go on from there. Oh, posh spice. Good evening, Mr. Crummy Beard. How are you, matey? Are you back from your um, countryside fires, shall we say? One is slightly abbreviated. This is the two at the pub and one before, five, seventh beer of the night. So one's feeling slightly abbreviated. The pint to brew. So apparently it takes basically a week to brew and then so many days in the fridge to condition, and then I can start drinking it. So basically about 10 or 11 days. You can go shorter, you can go longer. Depends on you. I would always prefer to go slightly longer. That's what she said. Um, but going longer is with any over is great because it gives it time to ferment, time to condition, and it's in the long ways it's better. Yeah, I was down the Tuck and Tanner in Top Valley tonight. It wasn't that great. Yeah, yeah. It's a Marston's pub. I don't know if you know Top Valley, depending on where you are in Nottingham. Um, it's a Marston's pub. Marston's pub, but all they had on was Shipyard IPA, Shipyard. To be fair, it was a nice beer. Got to be honest, it was. And then for the second beer, Guinness. And it was like, bloody hell. Down to the pub for a Shipyard and a Guinness. And not as good as last Wednesday with the good Mr. Borman beer reviews. And yeah, I can feel a red coming, mate. Yeah, Top Valley Brave. I know. I did. There were some idiots at the side of me smoking, and I'm like, should I say something to them? You know, like you're smoking, and I thought, no, they'll leave them. Yeah, I might need to leave the conditioner a little bit longer on that saison. Yeah, Top Valley. There are some dodgy people in Top Valley. Yeah, including my nemesis from my last job. Yes, he lives in Bestwood. Yeah, lovely bloke. Yeah, I'd love to stamp on his grave one of these days. But there you go. To be fair, the shipyard IPA tonight I drank was okay. Yeah, I did get some flavour from it, but it wasn't bad. You know, it wasn't an imperial stout, shall we say? I think that most people, and good evening, Mister Mind Boggle 100. Yeah, I think that most beers they've changed over the years, haven't they? The ABV's gone down, and Hobgoblin. If you look at most people, most beer reviewers across the internet, Hobgoblin is not the beer it was 10 years ago. That saying, Hobgoblin is still a nice beer with banana on the flavour. King Goblin is probably the better beer for you to try now. King Goblin at 6.6%, if memory serves me correct, is a very decent beer to try. Yeah. It's been a good night tonight. Yeah, the wife's had a good run tonight. She's happy. She's met her friend. You know, social interaction. I want to apologise for being pissed off. Social interaction is key these days. You know, we need social. Oh, some birdie in the background. Social interaction is key these days. We need a bit of it for our own, you know, to keep us going in life. We do need it. Oh, what you want to do, and Mind Boggle 100, is to get um, a Hobgoblin in bottle and a King Goblin. Start drinking Hobgoblin and then do the King Goblin. The King Goblin's going to get you more drunk if you're not really a big drinker. Depends on your drink. Depends on how much you can handle. You know, we are all very different in what we can handle. But get yourself a bottle of Hobgoblin, a bottle of King Goblin, pour them out, start sipping them a bit at a time, and try and get the taste differences between them. I will do a Hobgoblin versus King Goblin video at some stage because they are both very good beers. Yes, Hobgoblin isn't the beer it was 10 years ago, but it's still good. And do a taste test between them. It will blow your mind when you're doing two at the same time. Trust me. Nettles, bastards, hate. You can do nettle wine if you like. Why? God knows. Won't touch the stuff. Hate. Absolutely bloody hate that. Thank you, mind boggle. Come in bed. What do you mean, mate? Uh, Half pissed, so I miss it. Oh God, I've gone past the half past. I'm past the time limit. No, mate. You steal my idea. All's good. Good evening, Steve. Oh, do you mean about the Hobgoblin versus King Goblin? Tell you what, we're all very different. Everybody likes different videos. It's good to sometimes the best ideas are stolen. To be fair, from other people. Red card, definitely. Yeah. Nettle soup. I'd need a shitload of fucking pepper in that. Jesus Christ. How the hell have I drank 6 beers down the beer room? Right. I'm just going to neck this and I'll need to call it a quits, I think. One needs a wee wee. know, 6 beers in an hour and a half. That's been a laugh, hasn't it? But to be fair, they're all low alcohol beers. One must remember this. For everyone in the background, I'm not drinking 6 and 7 and 10 and 15 percenters. It's all 3 percenters and that. It's something you'd watch a football match, England playing Scotland, which is coming up, isn't it? England versus Scotland. Norman, we're definitely playing Scotland now. I've had a thing from Pine to saying England are playing Scotland. That's going to be an immense night, and I've got to do a beer review or some sort of beer thing, a live beer thing that night when we're playing Scotland, like a live beer sort of thing where we're playing each other, just to see a live thing for the whole hour and a half or however long it lasts. How steaming. And on the Magnum cider, I told you, mate, that Magnum cider strong as shit. Disco. Thank you, mate. And I don't think there's anything as an easy win. Let's be fair. Scotland versus England, there's a big rivalry. When you're playing from your heart, if you're England, you want to beat Scotland. If you're Scotland, you want to beat England. And that's when it throws up. It might be that England may have the better players. I have no idea. But there is a bit of YouTube like, yeah. But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting nonetheless. Good night. So, oh, steaming. No, we'll probably still bomb out. Whoever wins, we'll probably still bomb out in the early stages. Because even though we've got great players, we've got managers who don't manage the players as good as they should be. There you go. Wow, feeling that beer now. Really feeling it. Wow. So, been a great night. And to everyone in the background, Tetley's won the battle of the smooth ales. There's a fly in it. I have had 7 beers tonight. Dry gates. Bless you. Been an interesting night, got to say. Enjoyed it. And, it's now I need to go back to the wife and try not to look too abbreviated. Yeah. And one can look non-abbreviated at times. You'd be surprised. I can, when I want to, go from drunk to sober in a few seconds. It's amazing, isn't it? And yeah. Anyway, thank you. And right, got to end it because I'm going to get a bollocking. And thanks everyone for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And to everybody new, and even the trolls at about 20 minutes in. Yeah, cheers all. You soon left, and thank you. Yes, there was no need for it. There's no need at all. If you like somebody on YouTube, yeah, follow them. If you don't like them, just ignore them. You don't need to watch people. Simple as that. Cheers, and see you all later. Right, bollockins coming. There we go. Oh God, how do I get out of this stream?